It is my pleasure to welcome His Excellency Mr. Simon E. Stiell, Minister for Climate Resilience, the Environment, Forestry, Fisheries, Disaster Management and Information of Grenada. Your Excellency, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, I bring greetings from the government and people of Grenada. Mr. President, 2 days ago, the chair of the IPCC, in his presentation, made the point that every action matters. Every degree matters. Every year matters. And every choice matters. Yesterday, I participated in the Talanoa dialogue and was struck by the conviction of all delegates in my group that we need to do more and do it with greater urgency. I believe the same strong sentiment would have resonated in all the other groups also. Yet, Mr. President, when I sat in the negotiating rooms, what I saw was that we were not making the progress that we all said was required. So, Mr. President, my delegation is at a point of frustration. We're frustrated because as of this morning, there are over 30 outstanding issues across all negotiating tracks. We're frustrated because delegates cannot even agree on how to respond to the IPCC special report. Mr. President, the best available science from the IPCC, from UNEP, from the WMO, all complement each other and point to the urgency with which we have to act. Yet here we are, talking the good talk, but unwilling to back up that talk with the required actions. Frustrations, Mr. President. We speak about increasing ambition, but when we look at the rule book that is being developed, the central theme that I see is that we're trying to do our best to weaken the agreements that were made in Paris back in 2015. For small island developing states such as Grenada, this cannot be right. We need the highest ambition to protect us from the ravages of climate change, and we only have 12 years to achieve this. Mr. President, we have received a global warning on global warming, and we seem to be ignoring it. It is disingenuous to talk about the need for urgent action and then to fail to agree on a framework that will provide us with more ambitious NDCs, more finance, starting with the successful replenishment of the Green Climate Fund, more capacity building support, and more support for technology development and transfer for developing countries. Mr. President, we have a moral responsibility to act. We have a responsibility to the people that have entrusted in our leadership, and a responsibility to future generations. We cannot allow the loud voices and retrograde agendas of others hold sway over the voices of the many who are willing to take up these responsibilities. So, Mr. President, how do we address this? My delegation believes that we should be having a race to the top, not to the bottom. A race to strive to ensure that the outcomes that we develop over the next 3 days are sufficiently ambitious for the challenges that we face and commensurate with the best available and incontestable science. These outcomes should include formally welcoming the IPCC special report and establishing a reflective work program. A robust set of rules. These rules have to to be comprehensive and include loss and damage. A strong commitment to increasing the level of ambition to the new and updated NDCs. And a financial package that responds to the findings of the IPCC special report. Mr. President, my delegation is ready to roll up our sleeves and work with you over the next 3 days to achieve these outcomes. Let's move away from the rhetoric and develop a set of decisions and outputs here that will be faithful to the science, faithful to the challenges that we face, and faithful to the expectations of the billions of people who are looking to us to save them from the ravages of climate change. This is our final chance to make a meaningful difference. History will be unkind to all of us if we fail to fulfill our duty here this week. Mr. President, I thank you.